Hi Talk family, and welcome back to another inspiring episode of Talk the Talk. I'm your host and my name is 𝐬𝐨𝐻𝐿, and today I'm chatting to a phenomenal or inspiring woman of whom I met a couple months ago actually. She's also a nominee for the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards. She's a dynamic young woman who adapts easily to any environments. She makes a success of anything she tackles, making her an amazing asset to our industry. She's strong, she's dedicated, and she's resilient, motivating everyone in her team and around her. So without further ado, let's welcome Angelique du Toit, and she is from the new car sales executive team from Motus Kia Silverlakes. And as always, this interview is proudly brought to you by 𝐬𝐶𝐬𝐿 Solutions, MFC and avo by Nedbank. Hello Angelique.
Hi Desh, how are you?
Good, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for accepting your nomination.
Perfect, thanks so much for having me. It's great to be here.
You're welcome, and it's great to have you. So Angelique, tell our viewers more about your journey in motoring South Africa. Allow them to get to know you so they can vote for you.
Okay, well, I think I started my motoring industry in August of 2020. I think I never thought I'd get into the motor industry at all. I was actually a businesswoman myself. But I was running a company with my father back in, I think, between 2015 and 2020. Unfortunately, due to COVID, everything that happened with the pandemic and everything, we had to close down our business and so on. But yeah, then just by accident, so my uncle is actually one of the directors in the CMH group. So he suggested, listen, well, maybe, see if you can't give it a go at doing some sales. So, in the beginning I was very nervous, and then I started at CMH Mazda in Hatfield. Started there, moved over, I think in Feb or March of 2022 to Hatfield Motor Group in the used car department, and now I am at Kia.
Okay. Yes. By any chance, is your Uncle Ralph Nokia?
Yes.
What a small world. What a wonderful man.
Yes.
I had no idea that was your uncle, but a huge champion for women empowerment, a huge catalyst for the transformation which we would love to see.
Definitely.
In terms of women in leadership roles in the industry. And yeah, CMH is a group that I work with as well. So yeah, now you're with Kia, you're with the Motus Group, also another amazing group, huge supporters of mine in all my endeavors in terms of women empowerment. Tell our viewers in terms of, you've been following me, you know what we do.
Yes.
How do you feel that you have a home here with us to voice your opinion, to talk about your journey, and to share your challenges and experiences with other women in the trade?
Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot easier. Being a woman in the industry myself, obviously, you do get specific days where it's tough, and being a woman of certain, obviously it's a little bit difficult to speak about, but I've also been through very traumatic experiences, things like that. So the work I think that you guys do as well, it's absolutely phenomenal in terms of the GBV awareness. And
I knew it was going there.
all of that. It's absolutely fantastic, and to create a platform for women, I think just to be able to voice their opinions on things like that, it's for me, it's really amazing.
Wow, thank you for highlighting that. I don't often on this show talk about it, but yes, I do travel the country through my dealer network, and we talk about GBV, rape and sexual assault. I'm a victim, I'm a survivor as well of all three atrocities, and I'm sure that you've been through something which we will not talk about, but thank you for highlighting that, because our courage from that works or plays directly into our success in terms of what we in a male-dominated field can achieve.
Exactly.
So thank you for validating
fantastic.
that. Thank you. What's something interesting that you've learned in the last 3 years in our trade?
I think for me, don't ever judge a book by its cover. I mean, I've had customers walk in that are absolute multi-millionaires, and they walk in short pants and flip-flops, and they put the money down right there and buy a car. I mean, I've so many colleagues of mine that, I don't feel like helping this guy. He's just a tire kicker or whatever you want to call it. And then, the 5 minutes later he says, okay, I'm buying this car.
Yeah,
so,
the 5 minutes is like, I do not need to finance, here's my cash,
yes,
right?
exactly, yes. So
Okay.
that's something very interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So young ladies that are in sales, please take that piece of advice. Don't judge a book by its cover. Let me first ask you this question. What are you really proud of? Be it personal or professional, what are you proud of and why?
I think I'm very proud of my daughter. So she's turning 4 this year. Myself and her father split up when she was just a baby. So, I mean, it was only myself and her up until now. So she's such a dynamic little young person, and she's got such a big heart. She's so loving and so caring, and I think especially with having a mom in the motor industry as well, the hours we work, so I mean our hours are quite long, 6 days a week, so and not being able to see mom, but I mean still she's showing the resilience already. Exactly. Right, and I mean that's a character trait that you have, so obviously you are living or leading by example, and that's an amazing thing. Well done. How do you find strength and courage, especially as a single mom, to just be, our moods, right? Definitely. But you need to have that positive state of mind, mental state of mind, healthy mental state of mind. How do you find that in order to find that state of mind or find the balance to face your days? So also, being a woman in the industry, it's very important to hold yourself up and, hold to your own and stand strong and stand confident. You are totally on point with what you said. It is so important. They say that courage is a muscle. We strengthen it by using it, and it's so important. They say courage is like a muscle, and the only way to strengthen it is by continuously using it. And Angelique, we have to, as women in the trade, not just women in the trade, any woman, we just have to do it for ourselves, because we are not, I'm blessed to have a husband that supports me, but 80% of the women that sit here, even if they're married, they're like, Desh, I don't get the support that I want or I need. And we just need to find that strength within ourselves. And here you are, an example of that. So thank you for sharing that with us. Any advice or words of advice for young women that want to join our trade? So I think punching in on what you said about the support. As women, we tend to be quite nasty towards each other in our social lives in general. And I think maybe just instead of criticizing your fellow colleagues or, rather pull up their crown, put their head up and say, you know what, you can do this. Absolutely. And I think it's very important for women in the trade to support each other in every aspect that they possibly can. Absolutely. I echo that. I share that sentiment. It is so important for women to lift each other's crowns. It's so important for women to empower each other. I really, truly, sincerely believe that one woman's success can lead to another woman's success. So thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Viewers, we would like to thank you for your continued support and encourage you to like and share our content. Our non-profit companies, the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, powered by MFC and 𝐬𝐿 by Nedbank, and the Talk the Talk Studios, sponsored by Seriti Solutions and 𝐬𝐿 by Nedbank, are platforms aimed at empowering, uplifting and celebrating the women of motoring South Africa.
We are not just telling stories, we are changing lives. If you are searching for a new or pre-owned vehicle, please visit www.auto.avo.africa. We have a wide range of vehicles on sale for you to choose from, and we only advertise on behalf of reliable and trustworthy MFC accredited dealerships. This car listing portal is user-friendly, and you can also find vehicle reviews, car maintenance tips, and automotive advice, all courtesy of Talk the Talk Studios. Ladies, in conclusion of this amazing interview with Angelique, I'd just like to leave you with this quote. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Ladies, appreciate even the small things in life and find joy in the present moment. So go ahead and be a little playful with life. You never know what kind of magic might happen when you approach each moment with a sense of joy and wonder. If you are a little playful with life, every moment is celebration. And with that in mind, I'd like to remind you that the question should never be who's going to let me. It should always be who's going to stop me.